Well, we are moving on to the second part of this box set, Amazon Jail 2, which came out in 1987, otherwise known as Prisoners of the Amazon Jungle. And this one is lesser in almost every way on the first one, which, to be honest, I genuinely enjoyed the first one. It was kind of fun once you get by the kind of shock of how nude everybody was and how allergic to clothing everybody in the production seemed to be. You kind of had fun with the storyline. This one, on the other hand, feels very forced in a lot of plot points now. Worst of all, I would say probably the humour is the most grating part of this one. It's not funny. They keep adding in these almost pratfall-like music cues, and they are just distracting a lot of the time.
Well, you gonna explode? It exploded.
Basic story here is we have some Brazilian girls being kidnapped by what seems like Italian gangsters. They're being transported in a small plane to the place they're being trafficked to. They kind of escape. They get stuck between two vying gangs of people chasing after them, and for good measure they're going to throw in a romantic plotline love story at the heart of it as well, which is really boring, not that interesting, kind of tedious, and typical of the kind of things you just get this by with. Enough is enough. We've had it.
Move it, you lazy Indians! We don't have all day! Come on!
Prisoners of the Amazon Jungle feels like a sequel to Amazon Jail in title only. It doesn't really have much to do with that original plot other than girls in peril being chased through the jungle, but it doesn't offer the same kind of level of realism or even seriousness that the first one had. This is all nudge nudge, wink wink, silliness, over the top characters. It just never marries together. It never works well together. It feels at odds with itself. And it is a movie that is only 70 minutes long, but feels a lot longer.
Vengeance will be ours now.
I didn't like a lot of the characters in this one, whereas I downright hated them in Amazon Jail. I felt like I wanted to see them get their comeuppance, and I really wanted to see the girls get away. Here, you kind of have the feeling that these are damsel in distress, almost waiting for this superhero-like character to come and protect them, which she does, and you never really feel as if there's any real weight to it. I understand the lunacy of that statement. I'm watching a movie called Prisoners in the Amazon Jungle, or Amazon Jail 2, a silly exploitation movie, but I still expect a certain level of realism. I'm going from part one, where I've experienced that ludicrous sex scenes, but for the most part the story felt somewhat realistic. This one, it's all been taken away. It feels like a fabricated story with no real weight to it, and that's ultimately what you get here.
Another fine mess.
Amazon Jail 2, I don't really have much to say about it. It was really boring and tedious. It wasn't something that I hated watching. It was just something that I was really kind of deeply uninterested in following through with, which is a kind of shame considering how much I really did enjoy that first one, even more so now I've seen the second one, and the second one is probably more akin to what I thought I was going to get with part one. I would love to know your thoughts on both these titles, or more importantly part two. Did you enjoy it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comment box below your thoughts and where you landed on this one, and if you thought it was better than part one. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.